time. It's very timely. We have our agenda, and I don't know if you can see at this side of me, at this background is where I have my agenda. However, we are going to see that also. So yeah, we are ending this latest by 3 p.m. and it's going to be as much fun as possible. We have speakers, guys. Let me just chill. So when we get to that place. So welcome to QA Summit. And today, in fact, there are so many ways for you to win prizes. You're going to answer quiz questions. You're going to see how active you had to stay to the end. There's a prize for that. How many tweets comes out from you as an individual? There is a prize to be won at that. So there are so many ways for you to win. And there is enough for you to win. Is it ebooks? Is it cash prizes? There is enough. So if I were you, I'll be on my phone, tweeting as much as I can. Yeah, that's it. Welcome, 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 everybody. And to move very fast, we are going to give you the brief details about us, what we have as ANSD, what we are planning to achieve with this QA Summit and all. So in the meantime, just use this 1 minute to communicate with each other. Thank you. All right, I'm back. So thank you so much to everyone that has dropped their comments on the chat section. Well, I can see it's really lively. Please don't make it quiet. Keep talking. Yes, we have Olajide from Lagos, Solomon from Lagos, Amoshe from USA. This one I'm having you other people. It's not that you guys are calling me like this. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so get a very brief about us. As ANSD, as a community. As ANSD, the full meaning is Association of Nigerian Software Testers, and is a professional non-profit organization that is dedicated and strives to build a testing community that views the roles of testing as a skill, relevant, and essential to production of faster, better, and less expensive software products. And ANSD manages professional software testing community for professional researchers and enthusiasts in Nigeria. So the Association of Software Testers is dedicated to advancing the understanding of science and practice of software testing according to the context-driven principle. So just for you to know, ANS is a registered government body here in Nigeria, and it covers every Nigerian testers we have, both home and abroad. So what is our major mission? Our number one mission is to improve software testing profession in Nigeria and allowing software testers to be certified, connecting the Nigerian software testing community and encouraging innovation and best practices. So that is our mission statement, and we do so many of our objectives to achieve that. And one of our objectives is to encourage, facilitate, and coordinate partnership with software testers and information technology practitioners in Nigeria to promote the values of software testing as a profession to individuals and organizations, to help software testers in Nigeria to be more efficient and effective in their work through the certification of competencies. And we also organize and host monthly ANSD meetups to enable software testers and information technology practitioners to socially interact, right? Discuss on current events, as well as share knowledge, innovation, and opportunities to software testing. This is an example of that is this QA Summit we are having, right? So we encourage the teaching of software testing in tertiary institutions by facilitating programs to develop skills, capacity development, and publishing resources that assist in classroom presentation and self-study. And one of them is the event we had to do in Unilag of recent, where we went there to teach the students on software testing. We have also gone ahead to other schools as well to talk about software testing. So we also, our objective is also to creating a software testing org so as to develop software testing skills capacity for information technology sector in Nigeria. I think I'm not reading too much. All right, so what you need to know about ANST, right? Which is what we are having today. This is the deal of the day, and it's one of our objectives, right? So last year, what we did was about delivering, if I remember, it's about quality, right? And what we did in that session was to bring professionals in the field, like the lead, like the top managers of QA Summit, of testers in fields, in companies, bring them to the community and let them talk about the ideas and the latest things we need to know as a community. And in this QA Summit, the theme is different. The plan is different. This time around, we are more advanced, right? We are touching different areas. So we bring to you QA Summit 2020, team delivering quality products. And the QA Summit is a testing program organized by ANST with a membership of over 500 professionals made up of QA and test engineers, ranging from consultancy level, the managers, middle level, upstarters, as well as undergraduate trainees who are interested in starting up a career in software testing. So in this QA Summit session, particularly, we want to talk about, our goal. We want to talk. Okay, so our goal for the yearly summit is always to enlighten the community based on the current trend and evolving technology. Is a relationship between software development, testing, and skills like that. So what should you expect from this event? We'll be relying different category-related topics, striving from the future of work to professionals, women in technology career, growth career, globally, recipe of quality products. We're going to be having an amazing panel session, and we're going to be having deep down technological workshop, talking about test automation, QA pipeline, and the likes. We also provide the insight of the essence of testing, which includes but not limited to customers like stakeholder shares, increased productivity, leveraging skills and morale. Now, some of you are going to feel like, okay, in this QA summit, it's all about software testing, QA testing. It has to be about technology every time, but that's not what it is this time around. It's kind of different, right? Now, I'm going to be bringing you people that are going to talk to you in different areas, talking from your career to your personal growth to your growing globally in your career session. So there's so much more, and as well as talking technically about software testing. So that's it about the event. Our speakers, in fact, funny enough, we have all our speakers already. So if you have not yet joined by now, please tell your friend, your friend that has registered has not joined. Tell the person that she's missing, or he or she is missing, because all our speakers are already on this call. So that means they are ready for us. They are ready to offload. You understand what I'm saying? So we have different categories of session. We have the masterclass, we have the conference, we have the technical lab, we have the fireside chat, we have panel, and every speaker today, oh my God, they are amazing. They are amazing. They are seasoned. It took us months to get these people because they are very, very important. And by the time you are seeing their profile, you will know these ones, they are not here to play on. All right, so that's it. That's all you need to know. You're just going to go on a minute break for you to, if you are just joining in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining in. Just use the chat sections to interact and introduce yourself. By the introduction of yourself, we get to know that, yes, you are part of us. So in the chat section, what you have to do is very simple. Tell us your name and where you are joining us from, right? So let's do that. Thank you all so much. By the time you are coming back from this 1 minute break, you'll be getting the first speaker on board. Thank you.
For the day when I can find
sorry guys, I heard you guys can't hear the song. And I'm sort of surprised. Because now you are choose so I am familiar. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. That was a very quick break. So for the sake of this session, myself and Sheyi will be managing the session while we have other people join along to help us co-host this session. So the first speaker we'll be having on board is the person displayed on your screen. Her name is Mosimiloluwa Koye-Ladele. She's a senior analyst with Goldman Sachs Intercontinental, right, or Incorporated, sorry about that, and the founder of Academic and Post-Tertiary Excellence, an organization that equips undergraduates and fresh graduates with the skills it takes to learn the best skills in the 21st century. Wow. She's the vice president of the Youth Allied Development, an NGO through which she touches lives. She's very passionate about impact and transformation in the life of people. And she can express that through her speaking, writing, mentoring, and coaching. She's very sure you're ready for her. All right, so the next voice you'll be hearing from now will be Mosimiloluwa's voice. And I hope you enjoy. Please gather your pen, your notepad, and you're going to use the chat section. Any nuggets she drops, because she's coming with a lot of nuggets, right? So any nuggets she drops, please drop it on the chat. Carry me along. Let me know she's dropping something. Tweet about it and use at Nigerian Testers hashtag QA Summit 20 for us to be able to get your notification and get carried along. Thank you so much, and it's up to you, Simi, to take us from here. I hope she's muted. Simi, are you unmuted? Sorry, I think you're talking, but I need to ask you to unmute.
Okay, cool.
Right. Yeah, we can hear you now. Let's stop sharing our screen so we can see your face. So we can see your face.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Ibironke, for that beautiful introduction. Honestly, and I'll be totally honest, I don't think I've really seen a Zoom summit or conference as organized as this. And I know but it's been beautiful, just back to back. You can see the organization. I'm sure you tested Zoom very well before this session. So
Yes.
thank you very much for this opportunity. Also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of, other speakers, particularly my classmate in university, Obafemi Awolowo University, of course, the only university in Nigeria. Ronke Dafiaga, so good to be on this panel with you. We didn't see this 3 years ago, and it's just a testament to the fact that we are rising, and there's a message in our mouth for our generation. So I'm so honored to be here on this platform with you and with all the speakers. So very quickly, because I've been given a short time really for everything I planned to cover. But the good thing is that, it's going to be as interactive as possible. So as Ibironke has said, please maximize the chat very well. I like to hear from you. Feedback is really good, so I can know that you are feeling me, basically. As the introduction said, I work as a senior analyst with Goldman Sachs, and I actually work as a digital product manager in our consumer and investment management division. So what that basically means is that I interface with developers almost every day. I interface with testers almost every day, honestly. And I think that in my experience so far, I think that the success of the products that we have rolled out, honestly, has been largely dependent on the excellence of our testers. You see what I mean? There are times that, they've been able to just catch bugs. And when you're in the UK, because I'm in the United Kingdom as I speak, in the UK, when you are dealing with consumers, it is highly regulated. So you cannot afford for interest rates than what they saw. You can literally be fined thousands and millions of pounds for that. So we rely heavily on our testers, and I'm sure you guys, I'm sure, I don't know, what is going on in the testing community in Nigeria and the communication between, the entire development team, but we don't put the onus on testers alone to catch bugs. So even developers are held accountable to very high standards. But thanks to our testers for, being our first line of defense. That's what we call them. They're the last line of defense. Because if anything passes from them and it is not catched and it goes to the public, literally, the firm is in trouble. So I see the great work you guys do, and I really celebrate you. Yourself a round of applause. And let me see that in the chat, people feeling themselves. Cool. Today, we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, and I want you to please listen. Like, literally, this is the time to, drop your devices, in terms of your WhatsApp, your Instagram, and to just focus, because I'm going to be talking about something that you will need in 10, 20, 30 years to come, right? As Ibironke said during the introduction, technical things. So I'm not going to be telling you about Cypress testing. I would let, badasses like Ronke and Damilola and Amadi Jane do all of that. But I'm going to be telling you what nobody tells you about your career. So that's what I'm going to be talking about, what nobody tells you about your career. And I just want you to think about how you got your job, when you started working, where you currently work. And if you're a student, you might probably not relate to this yet. Well, it's in a very advantageous position, because you get to know these things before you even join the market and apply you. When you get into the job, people just train you. So the soft skills, if they give you any, the soft skills and the hard skills training they give you is actually targeted at making you better at the job. Very few firms, and when I say very few firms, like very, very few companies and organizations invest in your career because, frankly, it is not their business. The job is their business. You rolling out excellent results is their business. You doing very well and exceeding expectations is their business. But your career growth, your development, your professional life cycle is not their business. So they don't teach you about career development. They teach you about, things that you need to do on the job. And this is going to lead to the first thing. The first thing that they don't tell you about your career is that you are the architect of your career agenda. Nobody tells you that. You are the architect of your career agenda. You are the one, it is your career. Nobody is responsible for your career. Your employer is not responsible for your career agenda. Your colleague who is probably your best friend forever, or maybe is asking you out if you're a girl, is not responsible for your career agenda. The federal government of Nigeria is not responsible for your career agenda. You are the one who is responsible for your career and your career agenda. And then that begs the question, what is a career agenda? A career agenda is a strategic plan of where you want to be, when you want to be there, and how you want to be there. I'll repeat that. Your career agenda is a strategic plan of where you want to be, when you want to be there, and how you want to get there. And if you are here and, all that you know is that I am a software tester and I'm being paid the beautiful sum of 150,000 naira per month, or maybe 300,000 naira, or even 500,000 naira, and that is just all that you know about your career, then you can do better. You can do better. You need to come up with your agenda. You need to have an agenda. What's your agenda? Do you want to be a senior software tester in the next 2 years? Do you want to gather some competencies that enable you to apply to international organizations and work in multinationals like Facebook, like Amazon, like Google? Do you want to build competency that actually makes you relevant? Because we're seeing the trends of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all of those things. So do you want to gather those competencies where you are, where you can make mistakes, and it's fine to make mistakes, but you are learning and you are preparing for a bigger pedestal? What is your plan? You are the architect of your career agenda, and you need to come up with a plan if you don't have one. Where do you want to be? When do you want to be there? How do you want to get there? Categories of people that life happens to. And these are people that have not thought about the things I'm talking about. And I'm happy you are here because I know you will start doing better. So there are people that life happens. There's another category of people. These ones are superior level. They are the ones that happen to life. Now, am I saying that you can figure out life 100% from where you are? No, I'm not saying that, because you can plan one thing and it happens in another way. But see, when you have a plan, you are in a better position to control outcomes. You are in a better position. When you have a plan, you can bear any temporary discomfort in case you just have a boss who is a pain in your ass. But you know that, see, my time span with you people is 2 years. And in these 2 years, I need to be able to do this, 4 things. That's what I'm learning. I'm using, and I'm using, the experience I'm getting on the job to become a better person. 2 years time, I'm going for the next thing. You are in a better position. But if you don't have a plan, whatever comes, you just take it. And that's what I said. Life happens to them. Don't let life happen to you. Don't do that to yourself. So, number one, what nobody tells you and what I have told you is that you are the architect of your career agenda. If you understand what I'm doing, you can hear me. Say, I hear you if you hear me.
I hear you. Yeah. Please drop your comment in the chat section. Drop it. I hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Next thing. It's the next thing that nobody tells you about your career. And this one says, what you don't ask for, you don't get. What you do not ask for, babe, guy, you will not get it. And see, I think at this point, I have to talk about difficult conversations, because the reason why some people are not bringing some things up, and we're still going to talk about negotiation and other things as I move on. But see, the reason why some people are not bringing up some very important conversations is because they don't know how to have difficult conversations. You need to, it is emotionally healthy, it is mentally healthy for you to, because it was not comfortable. I did it anyway. And that's one of the things that my firm teaches me. Right? Because see, if you don't ask, babe, you will not. And it is not like the opportunities are not there. They are there, but you have to ask, be able to initiate difficult conversations. And there's a way to do it so that you're not scaring everybody away and you're in everybody's faces. There's a systematic, strategic way to lay down what you want and ask for what you want. You have been doing something, you are short on resources. There's a way to say that, see, for me to perform effectively and do this thing, we need this infrastructure. There's a way you can position it, and they know that if they don't do it, there's a problem. Like, you won't be effective they need you to be. Right? There are opportunities. Some of you are working in firms that can sponsor your training, sponsor your certification, sponsor you going abroad to learn new things, right? But you don't know because you're not asking. You're just assuming that it doesn't exist. What you don't ask for, you don't get. And see, if you don't ask, the question you should ask yourself, if you're not asking these very important things, is, see, what do I stand to lose by not asking? If you stand to lose something very important, very key, that will push your life forward, right? If you stand the chance of losing that, then ask anyway. As one of my mentors, there has no place in your success equation. I will not feel fear, no. But what I'm saying is do it anyway. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Don't do things that just keep you in comfort levels. Winners don't do that. Jeff Bezos, I work in an investment bank. So I know that by virtue of working in an investment bank or an investment corporation, you are well paid, right? But he moved from comfort to saying that I want to explore this. In the 90s, when it was not popular to even start thinking of selling books online. Are you kidding me? There were bookshops everywhere. There were hard copies everywhere. Why do you have to go online or something like that? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Move yourself. Let me tell you, the rule is whenever you feel any sort of discomfort, you need to move, any sort of comfort. Whenever you just feel comfortable, I'm happy where I am, I'm earning this, I'm fine. That is a sign that you need to move. Whenever you feel comfort, move. You need to consistently put yourself in situations that will make you feel discomfort, situations that will stretch you, situations that will ask of you something, and you will have to do something. That is where you should always be.
Sorry, am I the only one that can't hear her anymore? Okay, okay. Continue, Sumit.
I think it's your face I can see, Iburonke.
All right. Yeah, we can hear you now. Continue.
Okay, cool. Can you make me the central speaker so I can see myself? And
You
I
have.
can see. Okay, you are on my own, what's it called? On my own screen, but it's okay, don't worry. We'll just continue that way, I guess.
Oh,
It was not that way before, though.
Okay.
Kende says, Simi, I feel you. I feel you too, bro. I feel you. So let's go to the third thing that nobody tells you about your career. They don't tell you that your negotiation power hinges on your self-worth and the value you have added to yourself. They don't tell you that. That your ability to negotiate is directly proportional to you, the worth, the value you place on yourself and the value you have added to yourself. It's two things. You place value on yourself, you add value to yourself. And, I feel like people who really have low self-esteem, which is one of the issues that human beings deal with, and you need to deal with it. But people that have low self-esteem, honestly, will negotiate low. They will negotiate bad. In fact, you say people that are not as good as they are, people that don't have the kind of technical skills that they have, they negotiate high just because they believe that, see, I'm good. Like, I'm really good. So because I'm good, this is what I'm asking for. This is what I deserve. And they don't ask for it. See, there's a way you can ask for things apologetically. And the person you're asking, the thing from goes like, like they're doing you a favor and you are at their mercy and all of those things. No, don't do that to yourself. In fact, let me tell you, I've said it earlier, do it afraid. Right? If you need to ask for something higher than what you are earning, and of course, we'll still talk about value added to yourself, because I'm not going to come and talk and give you one-sided information that is not balanced, right? I'm sorry, Bironke, just one sec before I continue. Can you make me active speaker? Is it possible for you to do that? If it's possible for you to do that, I would appreciate that. Because right in my face, it's your beautiful face I can see. So, and honestly, your lip gloss is distracting me. So, Damilola is saying you should spotlight me. Thank you, Biroke. Yeah, cool, works now. Thank you very much. Yeah, so as I was saying, negotiation power. So your negotiation power is your perceived value, the value that people, you teach people how to see you. So you have placed a certain value on yourself. You have a very high sense of worth. You know what you are worth and all of that. You teach people how to see you that way, right? And then your real value is the market value of the skill set that you have. And I don't know if anybody has read this book, So Good You Can't Be Ignored. That's the name of the book. See, when you are good, and they know that, see, this Jane girl, she is badass. She is really good. Your technical skills are already, talking for you. You can ask for what you truly want. You can ask for what you are worth, right? So if you are being underpaid right now, it is your fault. I know it's an easy excuse to put it on employers. But see, if you don't take responsibility of some things and you are pushing responsibility to other people, right? You will not learn, you will not take, charge. You need to take charge and rewrite the way things are. If you know that your peers, right, your peers are earning 200,000 for this job and you are earning 80,000 naira and you are equally as good, even better, you want to start asking questions. And there's a way to bring up the conversation to say that these are the things, and we're still going to talk about that, right? These are the things, Ibironka didn't invite me to talk about negotiation. So maybe next time she invites me, I will talk about negotiation. But there's a way you can negotiate up, honestly. So if you're earning less than you should be earning right now, it's your fault. Negotiation power is your perceived value, which is the value that people have of you based on how you have taught them. Right? Plus your real value, which is the value of the skill sets that you have. Imagine you are in a company, where they need somebody that has this skill set that is rare. and you are just the one that understands, you have developed this testing framework, you are always there, you rise to the occasion and all of that, you leverage that. And you say, this is what I've done this. You understand? I'm being tempted to go into the negotiation conversation, but that is not why I'm here. So I'm moving to the next point. The next point yeah, you have to invite me again. Just kidding. But it will take us a long time to delve into that. How long do we? Please, if you can just let me know how much time I have.
Of course, I will let you know once you are close.
Cool. So the next point is employers don't run a charity. That's the next thing that nobody tells you about your career. Employers don't run a charity, so they will minimize costs. It is just normal. See, if you had a business, right? A business is a profit-making machine, right? You minimize cost, you make money, and then the difference between both is your profit. If you are an employer yourself, you will minimize cost. Employers don't run a charity. And it is rightly so. It is valid. It is not a charity. I have a charity called, and I think Ibrahima showed it when she brought my picture up, youthalivedevelopment.org. That is a charity. Whenever we do things there, we don't expect anything in return. We focus on orphans, people that are out of school, women that are teenage moms, and all of those wonderful things that we do. So we don't expect anything in return. But your employer expects something in return, and they are on the cost-cutting side of things. So they will minimize cost. Now, how does that translate to you as an employee or as a tester in an organization? Don't be on the cost-cutting side of things. And I will explain what this means. When they want to downsize, usually the templates they use before they want downsize is who are the people that are not performing up to expectation. Who is that tester that whenever you just need the tester is not around? The person is just not always around, or the person just does not deliver to time. The person doesn't deliver. All those kind of shenanigans, right? Those are the first people they get off. They just get off. You're not performing up to expectations. Don't put yourself in that situation. So when they now remove people that are not performing up to expectation, when they now have to go to the next level of cutting, they go to the people who are the people whose role can be easily replaced, or other people can cover what they do. I.e., they are not bringing one value that we have not seen before. The value they bring, anybody else can bring it. Or if you just pop up somebody's salary by 20,000 naira, they will do their work and the work of this person. Who are those people? Don't be there. Don't be that person whose work can be easily replaced. Get on the cutting edge of things. As technologies are evolving, be evolving. And the question you should begin to ask yourself in the last 12 to 18 months, what value have I added to myself? How indispensable am I making myself? How replaceable? See, these are honest questions you need to ask yourself. Oh, how replaceable am I? If you are very replaceable, then you need to start saying, okay, what value can I add to myself that actually makes me irreplaceable, indispensable, right? So employers don't run a charity. They will minimize cost. I will minimize cost. There's someone I employed for the charity, right? And honestly, with this whole COVID and all of that, you really cannot blame employers when they are cutting costs. Now, I'm not saying that there shouldn't be labor laws that protect employees and all of that. There should be labor laws, but I'm just trying to make you understand that if they are minimizing costs, they are justified because they have to make profits. So don't be on the cost-cutting side of things. Make yourself so good that they have to keep you. When they get to your name like this, if this one goes, this firm will crumble, the testing team will crumble, right? So make sure that is where you are. If you understand me, you feel me, you can get what I'm saying and making sense to you, please write it. Say, I can hear you. Just write it there. I can hear you before we go to the next point. I can hear you. Right. Fantastic. Thank you very much for the feedback. So I'll go to the next point. And I think that we have mentioned it earlier. It's under, what you don't ask for, you don't get. I'm saying that if you want more, go for more. That's the next thing. Nobody tells you about your career that if you want more, go for more. And yeah, for more. Sometimes going for more is demanding from your employer what you want. Sometimes going for more is changing your jobs. And I'm not going to say that at the smallest, obstacle or issue, just jump ships. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you truly think that you deserve more, you are doing your best, you are building networks inside and outside the organization, you have raised it and all of that. If nothing is changing in your life, in your career experiences, why not? Go for more. There are organizations that will value you. There are organizations that will see you and say, she has this skill set, she has this experience, go for her. Right? So if you want more, go for more. Don't think that you are choiceless. You are not choiceless. You can do something about it. You can actually do something about it. Right? So there's something called inertia. And, these are instances where I'm just grateful to God that I studied science. So in physics, when they say that inertia is acting on an object, it means the resistance, the tendency for an object to want to remain in the same position, or its tendency to just want to continue in a straight line, except it is acted upon by an external force. My physics teacher will be proud of me right now, because it was like 12 years ago that I learned this, and I can't remember. But what I'm just trying to say, and what I'm trying to emphasize, is that there is inertia. And in Nigeria, there is inertia. In African countries, there is inertia. What is inertia? Inertia is you want to stay where you are. And rightly so. Especially if you have a family. I will not say that you should leave your job and your wife and your children are hungry, right? So you want to stick at the job you're doing. You want to say that anyway, this at least pays the job. But I will try to tell you that you can have an exit plan so that in the next, I'm giving myself 6 months to get a better opportunity, right? Or I'm giving myself 1 year to save enough to get to a point where I can say that, okay, I want to fully look for a better paying opportunity. And I know of one of my friends, right? The guy used to work in a very popular software company in Nigeria. If I mention the name, everybody will know it. So recently, those guys just downsized. I think it was towards the end of last year. They just sent people away. It was so bad. It was all over the news and all of that. And then this guy just says, okay. So gathered himself together. It was painful, right? He just gathered himself together, sent out applications. He said he sent applications to 20 companies. You can imagine, 20 companies. Only 2 of those 20 companies got back to him. And now he works for an international organization. One of those companies that got back to him is an international organization. He told me that he earns 4 times what he used to earn in that local software company in Nigeria. Right? So there are opportunities, and you guys you are highly needed. Right? You are highly needed because your skill set is very, very relevant. See, as long as we have, the technological age, there's digitization, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data. As long as we have all of those things, testers will forever be valuable. So you are even on the, valuable side of things. I keep saying that my mom was a secretary, right? And when my mom was in school, she learned how to type fast and then how to write shorthand. So when her bosses are speaking, she can, write shorthand and then go and type it out and all of those things. That skill set is not needed any longer in this world because as we are speaking, Ibironke and the ANST team, they are recording what I'm saying. So if anybody needs to hear it again, all you need to do is to replay it and everybody can type. So it's not for a select few. You are not in that kind of space. You're in a space that as long as technology evolves, you will be needed. So don't resist inertia. Inertia is not only at a job, right? Inertia can also be, you are not actually reaching out for what you really deserve. Inertia can be just status quo. Anything that represents status quo is inertia. In fact, inertia can be the fact that there is no light because there is no electricity supply, blah, blah, blah. Those things can keep you down. I've been in the UK for 3 years. Honestly, there's never been a time when there was no light. I'll be honest with you. Like, even when I tell people that my battery is dead, they go like, are you kidding? In the UK, your battery is dead. And I say, my purpose in life is not to charge my phone. So leave me alone. But you get what I'm trying to say. So I understand that you need more effort to create an enabling environment in Nigeria. But don't worry. Just do what you have to do. See, sometimes, you just say that DNA is just for a short while. Right? If you're in Kenya, because I'm conscious that we do not have only Nigerians on this call. You're from other parts of Africa. It's just for a short while. Right? It's just for a short time. So let me quickly move from that, right? What I would quickly say is that for women, this is the women. Men we ask anyway, so ask too. It has been found out that men are more daring when it comes to asking for what they deserve, when it comes to confidence levels. You see a lot of men displaying a lot of that. They want a salary increase, they ask for it. If you're a woman and you're on this call, get on this boat. Get on this boat, right? See, I have had work experiences in places where I've had to negotiate my salary. And I tell them, see, I'm not going to take this, right? And in fact, in some workplaces, when I say work experience, I mean in places that I've worked in, right? In some workplaces, you even see people, they'll just slam the door, like a me, you're giving me that kind of salary, like that kind of, they just resist it. And men are the ones that do that. They just stand up like this, like, are you kidding me? I've worked for 1 year, you're giving me that. You just slam the door. By the time they slam the door, hey, in fact, the people in the room will be like, please, let us increase the salary of this guy. But you see women, they will say they have reduced your salary. You just see women saying, anyway, it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. We went to the same school, the same investment. Honestly, I do not think that I deserve less than a guy. And if you are paid for it, right? So I do not deserve less than a guy. No. Right? You understand what I'm trying to say? So women here, go for what you want. If an employer is not responsive, you are doing your best, you are adding value to the table, move. I know moving is not as easy as I'm saying it, so I'm not being unrealistic, but I'm saying that do better for yourself. Look for other opportunities. And yeah, you get what I mean. The last thing I would say, they've already told me I have just 5 minutes. See, there are other things I would have wanted to say, but anyway, career, just like life, is progressive. That's one thing nobody tells you. So I'm not even putting on you any pressure for you to figure out life 100% right now. No, career is progressive and you will make mistakes. I have made mistakes in my career. There are things that I look back and I think that, no, I could have done that better. I could have said that better. I could have negotiated that, right? So please, I want you to not put too much pressure on yourself, but of course, get yourself in a discomfortable position. And, my mommy tells me, I was telling her, about something that happened at work, and I was just ranting. And then my mom was like, that is what they call experience. See, when they say that they need a cook with 5 years experience, what they are saying is that we need a cook that once cooked and the food was salty. We need a cook that once tried to cook and then the food burnt and has learned from it. We need a cook that once cooked and water was too much and has learned from it. So when they say 5 years experience, what they're saying that we want somebody that has made mistakes and has learned from it. We want somebody that has this proficiency and this competency and has fallen and has risen again. That is what experience means. So you are gathering experience. Even if you've made mistakes, you didn't negotiate, blah, 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 blah. See, you are learning. So far, you have a growth approach to life, right? So far, you're somebody that looks back and says, what could I have done better? I would have wanted to take you through, a very important exercise that I like to finish my, speaking engagements with, but time will not allow. But I hope that today you have learned one or two things. I hope that today you are now knowledgeable that you are the architect of your career agenda, that you define what career success is for you. That, see, if you don't ask, you will not get. That employers are aiming for profits and they will minimize costs. That you do not have to be on the cost-cutting side of things. That you should be so indispensable that if they need to sack someone, if they need to downsize, you are not the person. That you need to ask for what you deserve. And if they are not giving it to you, you resist the inertia that wants to keep you down and you move. And I know that success will be our story at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Ernesti, for this time. It was really good spending time with you. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ibiroke.
Wow. Wow. Guys, am I hearing thank you? Somebody said that was how amazing. Guys, like, am I the only one like short of words? See, my notepad is filled. Can you see my notepad? My notepad is filled. I hope you guys jotted something down. I hope I'm not the only one gaining from this. Wow, that was amazing. You said so much. To me, that was life-touching. Let me just leave it that way. That was life-touching. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And we hope you are still around. So guys, if you have questions, please start dropping them. Simi just have like extra 2-3 minutes with us to answer your question. Start dropping them. Start dropping them. She's still wonderful. My note is full. God bless you. Thank you so much, Simi. These are comments from the chat section. Thank you for the wonderful session. Thank you so much, Simi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Simi. You know, when you were talking, I jotted out stuff like testers are the first liner, and in some cases the last liner. I also dropped another one. You are the chief architect of your career. What you tend to lose? What do you even tend to lose when you ask questions? Because really, we get so scared that we forget that there is actually nothing to lose when we don't ask. And you don't get what you don't ask for. Come on, guys, that was them. You know, get comfortable, be uncomfortable. I mean, that one hits me. That really hits me. And so much more. Guys, I hope you are tweeting this. I hope you are writing something down. So at the end of this session, you know that there is a notepad to go to. Now, one of the questions somebody has here from Francis is, what will you do as a tester when you don't have anything on your desk? Okay, so I think, let me twist it for Simi, because Simi is not your tester. Simi is not a tester, so she might not. So, for example, right, what she's trying to, let me unmute Simi. So what this person is trying to ask is that, for example, now, right, you don't have any tasks on your desk, right? What should I be doing? I don't have any tasks to do. There is no deadline or any task for me to, because there are some cases where you don't actively have a work to do right now. And maybe your work that is going to get to you is coming in pipeline or stuff. So as an individual, what should I be doing at that point?
Fantastic. So two things just quickly popped to my mind. The first is keep adding value to yourself. I also work in a project-based role, and you know there are times that, for example, a work has gone into a sprint, and a sprint 2 weeks, right? And I'm probably at that point managing just one Scrum team. There are times I'm managing more than one Scrum teams, but there are times I'm managing one, right? And it just looks like there's a period of silence. See, there's no better time for you to add value to yourself than those times. So literally, just see it as your employer has employed you and is paying you to add value to yourself. So that is when you should be very strict with yourself. What do I need to learn? Because very few people I used to work in a line job, and I had to produce results every minute. So very few people are in project-based roles where they have the opportunity for a time gap to themselves. So maximize it, set up accountability structures. You know, you have to tell somebody, say, I have to finish this course on Coursera, or I have to learn this Cypress testing by this time. And then come to work as though you have actual work to do, you know, but it will be your personal work, right? Mm-hmm. So don't see it as work is only your employer work. Work is also your personal work. Because if you are better at your work, you will be better for your employer.
True.
Right? So keep adding value to yourself. The second thing I was going to say is have an ownership mindset. And an ownership mindset thinks like an employer. So, right, if you are an employer, you would have something to do. So you look for something to do. Ask the Scrum thing, you know, are there things to pick up? Are there things to do? You know, I don't know, you know, the work terrain in Nigeria may be quite different, because if you start asking people, do you have anything I can pick up? You might think that you don't have anything, right? So just to finish that, add value to yourself. That's the best time for you to actually add value to yourself, when you are free and there's nothing on your desk. Yes.
Man, people are really coming for Simi and questions. Wow. Ooh. We have another question here. We're not going to waste so much of your time. So another question comes here, says, hello, Simi. I would like to ask, how do you handle situation where you know your company is struggling and you want to ask for a salary rise? So should you be patient or move?
That's a very brilliant question. That's a really, really brilliant question. Now, there are two things that you can do. And you have said it in that question. You can either be patient or you can move. But now that patience is, does your organization understand that you are doing them a favor? Deeply. Right? Do they understand? Have you communicated to them that, oh, you know, don't just assume that they are struggling. Of course, they may be struggling, may be obvious, but let them know that you are doing them a favor. And I'll give you an example. One of the things I do midnight checkouts. Right, when there's a prod release and we are releasing it in the night, I do this midnight. So I wake up 1 a.m. I'm doing checkouts, you know, just testing systems to ensure. Yeah, so I do some sort of testing, but sanity testing, basically, just to ensure that the systems are working well and all of that. I made it a big deal. Whenever I'm talking to anybody, any of my managers, I make them, like I was awake at 1 a.m. yesterday testing, right? I make them understand that, see, I'm paying sacrifice. So that it's not like you people will now finish from the struggling phase. You now behave as if nothing happened, right? Let them know that they owe you. And I'm not saying that be putting it in their face, but mention it. Mention that, there are things I'm not able to do because of this. Talk it around them here and there. Let them know that you are actually going through a lot, but you are being patient. Let them know that the focus of the organization, you believe in the organization, right? And the focus of the profit or the well-being of the organization is priority to you. In fact, if you have another opportunity and you really want to stay with your organization, hint them that, oh, I was poached by this particular Exxon group, but honestly, what this organization stands for, and I'm going to stay here. Let them know that you are really sacrificing and you expect to be rewarded in the future. So that's one thing I would say. But if you decide to move ship, you need to be fair to yourself. If your decision, because you have a family except you don't have a family to take care of. I have a family to take care of. I have parents that are full-time pastors. My parents are not on salary. I have parents that I take care of. I have a younger brother that I take care of. And I have somebody whose school fees I pay. So those people, when he goes to school, he will not use patience to pay his school fees. Right? So I have obligations, right? So I be fair to yourself. If you have to move. Because if employers have to downsize, they don't apologize. So I don't care, or do they apologize?
Never.
So we are sorry. So when they have to downsize, it is not an emotional decision. So don't leave your career progression at the emotional, don't make it an emotional decision. There are times that it is a logical decision, right? I need to move because I have things to do. I have salaries to pay, or I have people to feed. I have mouths to feed, right? So don't treat your career with emotions. Do it with love.
Oh my word. Guys, you get that? Don't do it with emotion. Nobody cares about the emotional thinking when it comes to smoking. You need to understand that. Thank you so much for that response, Simi. So many questions here, but I'll just be able to ask her just one more question and we can release Simi for today. If not, we are going to keep her here all day. Yeah, somebody asked that. Hello, Simi. I wish to ask, if you are currently on a project with a company and then you see another better opportunity elsewhere, how can you move? Knowing fully well that the ongoing project needs you. In fact, leaving will affect the project. I think you have right. Continue.
I was going to tie it to the first one. See, you need to do what works. Now, I'm not going to say that don't have, employer loyalty, right? There are times that, you pay things forward. So you stay with them because you can see a future with them and you can see that they recognize your sacrifices, right? So if another company comes poaching, it looks like a better opportunity, but you believe in what your organization stands for, you want to probably learn from the project and all of that. Of course, you can stay with the project. But if you see that this is a better opportunity, I will grow in this job, right? And another factor I'm going to bring to it, which I'm not shy to say that I'm a Christian. So I pray to God. I discuss my next moves with God, right? So I receive guidance from God and say, Father, what do you think about this? If God says move, I don't waste time, right? So that's another thing, the role of your faith, right? Because there are times that God will say, stay. Right. We have examples in the Bible where there was famine in a place and God told Isaac literally stay there and he reaped 100-fold. Right. So the place of faith is very important. But if you see this new company and this question has happened before. I know a place where, a work experience I had, there was this guy that was working on this mobile app project. So as he was working on this project, very interesting. In fact, that was why he joined the team. He was so excited about this mobile app project, only for another opportunity to come. That he was even more interested in and aligned with his life objectives, and it was going to grow, he was going to earn more, but the guy moved, he got the mobile app. So as I said, your career decision is not an emotional decision. It is a logical decision and of course a spiritual decision in the sense that you can involve your faith to make the right decision. But you don't be sentimental about your career. Don't be sentimental about your career. Cool.
So the very last question, because my page is full. Let me stop right at this point. So the very last question, Dami asked this question that, what are the metrics to keep in place for negotiating? Let me read the question. Oh, yeah, that was the question. What are the things? In fact, there are so many thank you messages to see me that I can't even read the question again. So he said, what type of metrics can one put together when you are preparing to initiate a negotiation? So that'll be the last question for today. Thank you, Steve.
Damisha wants to bring me into this negotiation discussion. Sometimes I was like, You can see that I'm sacrificing for you.
You can see.
So, negotiation. When you want to negotiate, the first thing is you negotiate from a place of strength, right? So one of the things that you need to sort of list is, what are my strengths? What unique value am I bringing to this table? Or what are the competencies that I have? Or what are the projects that I have worked on, right? So what am I doing, right? You need to have a list of those things, right? Another thing you need to know, a key metric, is, what are my peers earning? It is important for you to know that, because if really for your role as an entry-level developer in that organization, no matter how bad as your high is 150,000, for you to start earning 250, you need to be promoted, right? So you need to know what your peers are earning, and there's a way to go about it. I'll leave that to you to figure out. If you invite me again, I can tell you skills to use, but I'm not going to reveal all. Know what peers are earning, and then you negotiate from a place of strength. So you've gathered the skills you had. Don't just say that, I know how to do, I developed this framework, this testing framework. Hard data-driven statements are heavy. So I did this framework that improved efficiency by 30%. And on 12 hours of excellence, I saved this 10 hours. So in a week, instead of having people spend an extra 10 hours on the manual process we had before, because of what I have introduced, now people are spending less time, and they can use that for other things that move forward. So always strive to whatever you say, data back. So when you get to it, you place it down. It's not in a begging manner. If people, there's a lot of background noise coming from somewhere. If people think that they are doing you a favor, then they can just swing you anyhow. And I'm talking again to ladies, because ladies are the ones that will not go with chest. People need chest in this level, and chest comes through experience. I get it. But you need to have, so go and say that these are the things that I have done. This is how it has improved. And on this basis, I am asking for an increment in my salary to what my peers are earning. And you end it on a high like that. It's not like you now talk for 5 minutes. In fact, the person you're talking to is already sleeping because you have talked too much. No. Pa. You leave it like that. You look at them like eye to eye. Look at them like this. And, listen to what they have to say. If they say we are going to do something about it, when are we going to do something about it? I would like to have idea of time. Let them know that. But see, you can only negotiate if you are bad. If you have a bad attitude to work, you are not there, you don't deliver, you are not exceptional, you won't have a leverage. So the first leverage, in fact, before all of those things is, how good are you at that job? If you have been performing not too well before now, have a 3-month plan. I'm giving myself 3 months to raise this negotiation discussion. Within that 3 months, get things done, right? And the moment you're able to do that, have the do you well the way you deserve to be done. Be ready to move. You guys are not typewriters. You guys are not secretaries. You guys are testers, and you are highly needed. People need your skill set. So move, right? Move. So yeah, that would be my take on that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simi. That was, oh God, yes, thank you, Simi. Thank you, Simi. God bless you. Thanks. Thank you, Simi. Thank you. In fact, we are all thanking you, Simi. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this. I think enough for anybody to want to change career. I know the next move. Right now, I'm going to do it with my church. No more. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Simi. Have a lovely day. So, another question. Don't worry. We'll keep it up. Sorry, are you thanking Simi, or am I the only one? Hey, call me like that.
Thank you, Simi.
All right, thank you so much, Simi. And that's it for our first speaker for today. We really appreciate our time. I hope you guys have a very nice time. I hope I was not the only one having a nice time, because I had a lot of nice time. So far,